Welcome back to B&B Spoilers channel. Today we will learn about the issue surrounding Carter Walton and Hope Logan's relationship as it faces a critical turning point over Forrester Creations' ownership. The potential collapse of a power couple's alliance might be on the horizon as recent developments suggest a dramatic shift in loyalties. Carter Walton, who has been holding the reins of Forrester Creations through legal maneuvering, appears to have had a change of heart that could devastate his romantic partner. During what can only be described as a symbolic gesture of surrender, Carter dramatically destroyed documentation in the presence of the Forrester patriarchs. The scene unfolded with palpable tension as he relinquished the company's iconic stapler and extended a handshake to Ridge, signaling what appeared to be capitulation to the family's demands. However, astute observers of corporate law will recognize that such theatrical displays hold little legal weight. The formal transfer of power requires substantially more than torn papers and returned office supplies. The binding LLC agreement that Carter previously filed remains the governing document, explaining why Justin Barber's attempts to reverse the situation have proven futile thus far. When examining Brooke Logan's strategic positioning as CEO, her underlying motivation becomes clear. Her acceptance of the leadership role was never about personal ambition but rather served as a tactical move designed to create an environment where Carter might be persuaded to reverse his legal maneuvers and restore the company to its traditional owners. The emotional epicenter of this corporate drama may soon shift to a private cabin confrontation between Hope and Carter. Sources close to the situation suggest Hope might be preparing to leverage their relationship as the ultimate bargaining chip. The possibility exists that she could present Carter with a relationship-ending ultimatum should he proceed with returning the company to the Forresters. This potential standoff raises fascinating questions about the nature of loyalty in both business and personal relationships. Hope's perspective likely centers on what she perceives as Carter's betrayal of their shared vision and promises. From her viewpoint, their status as a power couple was predicated on mutual support of each other's ambitions and decisions. Psychological experts might note that Hope's reaction demonstrates classic fear of abandonment patterns. By threatening to end the relationship, she attempts to regain control over a situation where she feels increasingly powerless. This defensive mechanism, while understandable, often creates additional relationship strain rather than resolving the underlying issues. Carter now finds himself at an excruciating crossroads where any decision carries significant consequences. Should he honor his apparent commitment to the Forresters, he risks losing Hope. Conversely, maintaining control of the company to please Hope would likely destroy his professional reputation and relationships with the Forrester family. The legal complexities surrounding corporate ownership transfers provide a narrow window of opportunity for Hope's intervention. Until new paperwork is properly filed and processed, the situation remains fluid, giving Hope this final chance to influence Carter's decision. Industry analysts familiar with similar corporate disputes note that emotional appeals rarely trump business interests in the long term. While Hope may believe her ultimatum carries sufficient weight to sway Carter, his recent actions suggest he has already committed to a course correction regarding Forrester Creations. The broader implications for the fashion house remain uncertain. Should Carter reverse course yet again, the company could face extended leadership instability, potentially impacting everything from designer relationships to market confidence. The Forrester family, having briefly glimpsed the possibility of regaining control, would likely respond with increased determination to reclaim their legacy. Relationship counselors might suggest that Hope and Carter's situation illustrates the dangers of intertwining romantic relationships with business interests. When professional decisions become tests of personal loyalty, both spheres typically suffer negative consequences. As this situation continues to unfold, viewers should prepare for emotional confrontations, possible reconciliations, and perhaps even unexpected alliances forming in response to these developments. The true test of Carter and Hope's relationship will not merely be the decision itself but how they navigate the aftermath together, or apart. Whatever Carter ultimately decides, this pivotal moment will undoubtedly reshape multiple relationships and potentially alter the power dynamics within the fashion industry for months to come. The question remains whether Hope's last-ditch effort will prove successful or if Carter has already committed himself irrevocably to a different path. Next, we will learn about the dramatic shifts happening in the bold and the beautiful universe, where alliances are forming and power dynamics are changing in ways nobody expected. The corporate shakeup at Forrester Creations. Hope Logan's world is about to be turned upside down in a way she never anticipated. The young designer, who has been riding high on her perceived victory at Forrester Creations, is about to face a devastating reality check. As she strolls into the company headquarters, expecting business as usual, an unsettling atmosphere permeates the hallways. The familiar faces of Eric and Ridge Forrester move through the corridors with a renewed confidence, their postures suggesting they've reclaimed something precious. The tension in the air is palpable as Hope notices subtle changes, executive assistants giving her sideways glances, whispered conversations that halt when she approaches, and most tellingly, Eric comfortably settled behind his desk in the CEO office as if the tumultuous events of recent months never occurred. Hope's relationship with Carter Walton had been her safety net, her assurance that her position remained secure despite Daphne's interference. She had convinced herself that Carter would remain loyal to her cause, supporting her decisions regardless of their ethical implications. This unwavering confidence is about to be severely tested. The corporate landscape at Forrester Creations appears to be undergoing a seismic shift. The hallways buzz with an energy that suggests restoration rather than revolution, as if a long-standing imbalance has finally been corrected. For Hope, who had grown accustomed to wielding influence through questionable means, this apparent return to traditional leadership threatens everything she's schemed to achieve. What Hope doesn't yet realize is that her professional downfall may be accompanied by personal betrayal. The foundation of trust between her and Carter has been eroding beneath the surface, and the cracks are about to become chasms. The question isn't whether their relationship will survive, it's how catastrophic the collapse will be. A dangerous new alliance forms. Meanwhile, across Los Angeles, a far more sinister development is unfolding in a quaint Italian restaurant, a location already stained with the blood of Luna's previous victims. The newly liberated Luna, no longer confined by prison walls or the gilded cage of Bill Spencer's mansion, has set her sights on forming an alliance that could send shockwaves through the entire community. Luna's calculated approach to Sheila Carter is nothing short of masterful. Recognizing a kindred spirit in the notorious criminal, Luna reveals her supposed identity as Finn's daughter, making herself Sheila's granddaughter. This revelation strikes at Sheila's most vulnerable point, her desperate longing for family connection. The restaurant setting adds a macabre element to their meeting. The very location where Luna committed double homicide now serves as the birthplace of a potentially lethal partnership. The irony isn't lost on Luna, who sees poetic justice in beginning her new chapter in the same place where she ended others. Sheila's reaction to discovering this new family member is predictably emotional. After years of rejection and isolation from her children and grandchildren, the prospect of having a willing participant in her family circle is intoxicating. Her eyes light up with a dangerous mixture of hope and calculation. Here is someone who seeks her out rather than flees from her, someone who might understand her in ways others have refused to. What makes this alliance particularly threatening is the psychological symmetry between these women. Both harbor deep-seated issues with abandonment and rejection. Both have demonstrated a willingness to cross moral boundaries to achieve their goals. And most importantly, both possess a cunning intelligence that makes them formidable adversaries. The psychological chess game. The meeting between Luna and Sheila transcends a simple family reunion. It's a psychological chess match between two master manipulators. Luna approaches Sheila with calculated vulnerability, presenting herself as someone seeking connection while concealing her true motives. She studies Sheila's reactions, cataloging weaknesses and strengths that might prove useful later. Sheila, despite her reputation for cunning, finds herself emotionally compromised by Luna's claim. The longing for family acceptance, particularly from Finn's supposed daughter, clouds her usually sharp instincts. Yet beneath her welcoming exterior, Sheila's survival instincts remain active, questioning why this unknown granddaughter has appeared now. Their conversation flows with dangerous undercurrents. Each woman measures her words carefully, revealing enough to establish trust while withholding crucial information. They circle each other verbally, testing boundaries and seeking leverage. For Luna, Sheila represents a potential mentor and ally with valuable connections in Los Angeles's criminal underworld. For Sheila, Luna represents validation of her worth as a grandmother and an opportunity to create the family bond she's been denied. The restaurant staff, unaware of the significance of this meeting, serve these women with professional courtesy, never suspecting that they're witnessing the formation of what could become Los Angeles's most dangerous partnership. Other diners occasionally glance toward their table, perhaps noticing the intensity of their conversation but unable to comprehend its implications. Hope's Reckoning. Back at Forrester Creations, Hope's day continues to unravel. The subtle signs she noticed earlier crystallize into undeniable evidence that a major corporate restructuring has occurred. Colleagues who once deferred to her now maintain professional distance. Access to information and resources she previously commanded is subtly restricted. When she finally confronts Carter, seeking reassurance and explanation, his response shatters her remaining illusions. The man she believed would support her unconditionally reveals that he has chosen integrity over complicity. The Forresters have reclaimed their rightful position within the company, and Carter has supported this restoration of order. Hope's reaction cycles through disbelief, anger, and betrayal. The empire she believed she had secured through manipulation and strategic alliances crumbles before her eyes. More devastating than the professional setback is the personal rejection. Carter's decision represents not just a professional realignment but a moral judgment on her actions. The confrontation between Hope and Carter escalates as she accuses him of betrayal while he counters with evidence of her ethical compromises. Their relationship, already strained by Hope's machinations and Daphne's interference, cannot withstand this fundamental conflict of values. What once seemed like a promising partnership dissolves into mutual recrimination and regret. As Hope leaves the Forrester building, her status dramatically diminished, she faces an uncertain future. Her design line, her professional reputation, and her personal relationships all hang in precarious balance. The reckoning she faces is not just professional but existential, forcing her to confront the consequences of prioritizing power over principle. Los Angeles braces for impact. As these separate dramas unfold across Los Angeles, the city remains blissfully unaware of the storm brewing within its boundaries. The alliance between Luna and Sheila represents a convergence of generational malevolence, Sheila's established reputation for destruction meeting Luna's fresh ambition and lack of moral restraint. The potential victims of this partnership extend beyond their immediate targets. Finn, as Sheila's son and Luna's supposed father, stands at the epicenter of their shared focus. His wife Steffi, long Sheila's adversary, would naturally become Luna's enemy as well. The entire Forrester family, connected through these relationships, could find themselves caught in an expanding web of manipulation and danger. Meanwhile, Hope's downfall at Forrester Creations creates its own ripple effects. Her mother Brooke, the Logan family, and Hope's various romantic connections will all be forced to respond to her changed circumstances. Some relationships will strengthen through adversity while others collapse under the weight of revealed truths. Los Angeles, with its sunshine and glamour, provides a deceptively beautiful backdrop for these dark developments. The contrast between the city's external beauty and the internal ugliness of these unfolding schemes creates a dramatic tension that defines the current bold and beautiful landscape. As viewers, we are left to wonder, will anyone recognize the danger Luna and Sheila present before it's too late? Can Hope find redemption after her fall from corporate grace? And how will these separate storylines eventually intersect in the complex web that is the bold and the beautiful universe?